Hi, yeah. So I'm trying to do three talks on the way the crucifixion played out between the week of the between riding into Jerusalem and the crucifixion itself, and picking up some of the gospel stories. The gospels are full of that. A third of the gospels are around Jesus' last week, and so we did a race through Matthew 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, just to see that, and within that the really important words of Jesus in Matthew 24, where he talks about the destruction of Jerusalem and the return of the Son of Man, which in the disciples' eyes was probably the same thing, because the temple was so awe-inspiring, so significant, so solid, so big, although they had seen it destroyed before. And Jesus talks about wars and rumours of wars. He talks about earthquakes and famines. He talks about the gospel going into all the world. He talks about this generation will not pass away before the end will come. He talks about the parousia, where the lightning, Jesus will appear like lightning from one part of the one side of the earth to the other. And he also talks about the coming of the Lord, and all of those things have helped us to see that Jesus is conflating two things here. He's conflating the AD 70 with the end times, and that has led to lots of speculation and lots of timelines and lots of unhelpful fear mongering amongst Christians. Lots of things that have caused us to think, oh, it must be tomorrow that Jesus is returning, and actually a lot of scholars are saying this is all AD 70. Many of them are saying this is all the end of time. Many of them are picking bits out. Some of them are saying no, it switches at verse 7 or verse 14 or verse 35 when Jesus seems to switch themes. And I just wanted to say that however much of it's happened, however much is happening now, and however much is going to happen, actually what Jesus says about living in chaotic times is really important. And I think there's about four things that Jesus instructs his disciples to be in chaotic times. He wants us to be not alarmed. He wants us to be prayerful. He wants us to be people who are not fearful but are standing firm, and those things I think are so important for us in trauma, in difficult times, in troubled times, in famine and earthquake, that we're to live peacefully in troubled times. And then after verse 36 he talks about normal times. People are marrying, being given in marriage. People are in the fields, they're cooking, it's just normal life. And in those days it's important to be watchful, it's important to be ready, it's important to be passionate. And he thrashes that out for us in Matthew 25, where he talks about get more oil, don't let the oil run out, use your talents, invest in the kingdom, and where he talks about be alive to the poor, serve those who are less well off, and as you do it to the least of these, you do it to me. So all of that's in the context of a rising animosity between Jesus and the temple authorities, where he throws out the temple authorities because they haven't made it easy for people to worship him. They put up loads of barriers. And in the rising animosity that comes as that Jesus declares these 7 woes in chapter 23, woe to you scribes and Pharisees, and all of that just trying to then bring this teaching on how to live in troubled times, how to live in peaceful times. Have a good time as you talk about this. I hope it's helpful. See you in a bit. Bye-bye.